Hi guys, happy Friday. So the plan today is going to be to draw um, the accumulation of everything. So this will be the ultimate, most epic backyard possible. Okay, so give me a minute. I'm gonna try and tag everyone again. How's everyone going this week? The weather was nicer. Did we get a chance to see the weather outside? Did we get a chance to experience it? I kind of stayed in and did paperwork all day yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to. But that's okay because, we're supposed to be indoors. We're supposed to be isolated. Okay, so I'm going through. I'm trying to get everything going. Um, Once again, if I don't tag you and you'd like me to, just let me know. Um, And on the flip side, if I tag you and you don't want me to, let me know too. Okay, I'm trying to go through everybody here. It always takes a minute. Might have to tag a bunch of friends on the replay, just because. Okay, guys? Um, it might work out a little better. Thanks, Richie. Richie, you've been popping in. Have you been drawing at all? Alright, there we go. Sometimes it won't pop up everyone's name that I need. It'll give me they'll show up only if I type in the first three letters, or they won't show up at all. It's been great. So, all right, I have a good chunk there. Sorry guys, I know this is no fun. Why do this? If there's anyone drawing, go for it and post what you've been drawing. Post what your kids have been working on because we want to celebrate what everyone's been doing during this time period, okay? Alright, a bunch here to tag. I might need to tag more. I got people, my phone's blowing up too. Thank you, Richie. Alright, we're gonna get started in a minute. So today's not really gonna be very how-to because we've already done an entire week of it. I'm gonna talk through what I'm doing, so you're still gonna be getting the direction, but this time it's gonna be a little bit faster, a little bit smoother, because this whole week we've done so many other drawings. So we did our treehouse, playground, pools, a fort. So I'm gonna try and put all of those into one drawing, and I'm using only one sheet of paper. So my drawing might get a little compressed, a little confused, and I'm sure if you have a little one at home, that can be challenging, but this is really good fine motor building is drawing smaller. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it upside down. If you can write your name, you can draw, Reggie. All right, so here's my paper. Once again, I'm doing this upside down, so bear with me if some things look a little funky. But the first thing I'm gonna wanna draw is I'm actually gonna wanna draw my treehouse. I'm going to use that as my epicenter. So I'm going to put it really high on the top of the paper. So I'm really not going to see a lot of trees. But that's because I think I'm going to have a pool over here. Maybe my tree house will come down and I'll go to a fort thing over here. And then maybe some playground features here. So here we go. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start here. Now I'm going to draw things a little bit smaller. So here's the bottom of my tree house like we've already talked about. Start with a square. From there, we slant it upwards. Same distance. I'm gonna put it there. I follow these parallel lines, these straight lines, to draw my door. And I follow the shape or the direction of this line to create a circle. I can always give myself windows here. Talked about a bunch of different ways to do windows. This is one of my favorite ways. I do like a good circle window though. I think a circle window is very fun. Now to do our roof, we're gonna make a triangle right here. We want it to stand nice and tall. I'm gonna send that line back, and then all I need to do is finish it is angle it off here, okay? So now we have a floating house. To make our platform, we talked about going down just a little bit, giving it a nice big straight line, wider than the house. Have it go back into space. This was a shape, this kind of bent U shape, We've done a lot over the last few days working on the pools, working on different playground equipment, so we know we can see it. I'm going to draw 2 straight lines down from either side, and this is going to be my lip of the wood that's holding up my treehouse, okay? So that's what's going to be holding up my treehouse, so it's very important to have it. Now here we're going to add some branches, so don't worry that we didn't finish that line yet. From there, I'm going to do that swoop line. It's going to push out to the end like a trunk. It's curved. Now here I can use my wrist to do it. This is my big old tree, okay? And then I'll start doing my tree branches. Now what I like to do is I know I want to touch here and here, so I'll start like that. I kind of just bring it up a little bit either side from the house. And I like to put the V's going in. So I don't like looking at it right. I actually do this upside down when I draw. Is I go in with V's versus trying to draw up with V's. For some reason, they just look more natural the way you do it. So there's one big V. We're going to do some V's coming in here. So here's our other V life branch. There we go. And one more V. There we go. So I made it extend all the way up to the edge of the paper, so that way it really does look tall. And then to finish this tree part up, we talked about making popcorn lines or cloud lines. I really like calling them popcorn lines though, because we can do little bumps and then a big bump and then little bumps again, kind of like the top of popcorn kernels that you would get at the movie theater. They're not all uniform, which I liked about that because trees aren't uniform. I'm going to add a few extra ones up here. I'm going to make my tree nice and bushy, so I am going to add another one. I'm going to add some stuff behind it, like a section of the tree we haven't seen yet. And I am going to add a branch right underneath here, and you'll see why in a little bit. We're going to do it, we'll actually do it on this side. Okay, so to do that, I'm just kind of blending it in. And by doing that, I'm not doing a straight line in. It's not 90 degrees, it's more of a turn. So I did widen it out at the base. I'm going to draw a circle at the end of my tree. And I can draw the lines because then it looks like it's been cut off. So I draw circles on the inside. And there's that. The next thing I'm actually going to draw, and that's why I slid this over, is I'm going to draw my pool. Okay, so for my pool, I'm going to draw, and my pool's going to go off the edge. So we got to pretend like if there's more paper here, this is where it would go. So I'm going to draw a big round. I'm doing an above ground pool. Why not? So my pool's not ending over here. We're going to pretend it's this big though. Okay? And we talked about taking that round edge here. So not pulling it straight down, but curving it. And bring it to the edge. And then how our above ground pools yesterday kind of flare out at the bottom. Now I'm hitting my rings down here, so that's my edge of it. Oop! I should not have made it that wide. Should have gone it from here. Started my line in the wrong spot. What happens? We just erase or we can color it in. No big deal. Alright, so that's my pool. Now the reason why I did this is because now, friends, I'm going to draw my ladder, then we can climb over to our branch and jump into our pool. So that's a lot of fun. To make this 3D, we talked about putting in that crescent shape again in the back. So curved line that followed this line. We can do that with wavy lines because we're going to go swimming. Swimming. Okay. Now the other part for this most epic backyard, and we haven't finished our treehouse yet. We got to build in our areas, but I want to do this. I want to put in my rope ladder. We talked about doing a rope ladder. Now I'm not going to go all the way to the bottom though. That's the important part that I'm doing with this rope ladder. I'm just going to kind of stop it midway and I'll show you why. So I make 2 little skinny kind of rectangle lines. So this is our rope, and then we got to make our planks to be able to climb up. So there's only 3 planks. I'm going to kind of add some lines there so we know that those are the planks. Maybe it looks more like wood now. I'm going to add that structure in by having a diagonal line connect to my tree, touching my edge of my roof, my edge of my platform, coming in and doing a little one. So it looks 2 lines. The closer line to the tree should be smaller. I'm going to do it on the other side. So now our house is anchored in. Now I haven't added on decorations here. I haven't drawn in what my roof would look like or that, because I'm going to leave that till later. Right now I got to get this. Now the reason why I wanted to stop here is because I'm actually going to use that to build my fort. So I'm kind of looking at the same line where this ends, and that's where one of my first platforms of my fort is going to start. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to pretend it's like behind, I'm going to say it's right here in front of the tree. Well, yesterday, 2 days ago when I started doing this one, I kind of started filling things in, so that's okay. And then I'm going to make it really big, a really big one, almost the same size. And we're going to make this a lookout tower. So when we did the lookout tower, we had two really big lines. And then we had a little straight across. And I had said if you'd ever been to the Tot Lot, which was the little kid place where we hung out, it's like ever. So I'm going to kind of continue that line. I'm going to draw it here. I'm going to put a person here. And then down below, we're going to do a spyglass look. Big circle for someone who can look in. Try and like, I think alright, so that's like my full paper now. And then I got someone there hiding. And then we can kind of go on to other things here that we want them to play on. But let's say we want to do a slide. Like, let's be classic. So I'm going to kind of do a really delicate L, so that way they can come out this way, okay? So if this is it, I'm going to not do it at the top because my person's already standing here. I'm going to do it a little bit lower. I'm going to do an L. Just an L shape. And I am going to go through and I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to bring the L back up. Okay? Then I'm going to draw a diagonal line coming off of it here. You know it's hard to see because of my things, but I'm just going to bring this line back up. So that would be us seeing the person coming off of it. Okay, so this is them having fun. And here's my little person. Yay, they're having fun. They lie down on their back. The safe way to go. And remember to do our action poses. We just draw a force field around them. I'm going to say it's cold like today, so he's going to be wearing pants. And maybe the shirt is whatever. I'm going to give him spiky hair. I like to give him spiky hair for some reason. Maybe it's because I wish everyone was like, you know, a 90s punk when I was growing up in the early 2000s. And we'll give him his hand. Thumbs always point to the inside. All right, so he's on the slide and he's having a good time. Maybe he's taking a nap on the slide. That was always like the coolest thing that you could possibly do is take a nap on the slide. All right, so right now we have our, well, maybe I should make a way to come down from here, huh? So I'm gonna make a lower, you know what, I'm gonna do we did the net idea to bridge two things across. So I'm gonna make the net coming down. So to do the net, I'm gonna need to do that U shape again, but I'm gonna do it twice. Do it from the top, down. It's kind of more of a diagonal this time, but from that down spot, bringing it up like a U. We talked about following those U lines to create a net, so hopefully this net is spiked down so that way no one gets hurt. And then straight lines to kind of connect it. So now you'd have to climb up the net to get to this first platform, kind of jumper slash swing over here to get to there, and then crawl up. But you could always kind of come down and jump here. Maybe we'll have a swing here. That would be fun, right? So I'm going to do that by having a big oval come slightly above both areas of my branch. So it's coming above my branch and below my branch, so it looks like it's tied off. I'm going to have just one rope. It's going to be a rope swing. Now, you might not have seen a rope swing in a really long time, and we did not cover rope swings. They're a lot of fun. Also kind of dangerous, so make sure you have adult permission. But this is like a knot that would sit at the bottom. And you knot on it, so you go down, you slide down the rope like a fireman, and then swing in there. To make it more like a rope, I'm doing heart shapes on either side of the rope. Kind of like a braid. Okay. And then I'm going back in and I'm adding a line so it's filled. And I'm doing the same shapes there. Okay, so that's my rope swing. Not the prettiest rope swing I've ever drawn, but it's a rope swing. What else do we need to add? What else? I'm adding in some shingles. So friends, this is where I'm kind of just using what we've already done this whole week and just adding in it. So this first drawing, our treehouse drawing we did earlier this week, if you need to go back, you can go back and find the video. And I went in a little bit more about how the angles look and what everything is. But really what I'm doing right now is I'm just adding in details what I think what to do. We could add in some animals. That might be fun. If I wanted to add in some animals, maybe I'm going to add in a cat. You all know I like cats. So I'm going to add in a cat. They're going to sit up here. So I did my circle head, circle body, my letter W front feet, my two ovals. I'm going to draw the letter S coming out of his body. From there I'm going to wrap it around and bring it back, add triangles for ears, eyes, nose, and whiskers. See a little kitty cat, but that's okay because he's supposed to be small. There's a lot of big things going on around him, so that's okay. Maybe up here we're going to have a guard dog. And our guard dog will be a little bit bigger because he's a little bit closer to the bottom of the page. And I draw my letter W. They're a little too big. The letter W for the paws. And then I draw my ovals next to it. From there I'll draw my big shaggy tailed dog. I'm going to come off of the head like the letter M or that C shape that rings back around. I'm going to go ahead and add in my eyes, my nose, a few whiskers because dogs do have whiskers, and that shape. So I use my guard dog. If I wanted to, I could add a squirrel like really tiny up in the tree, but today I'm not going to. I'm going to go back towards my pool. I'm going to add in a swimmer. We talked about making these pools a little bit see-through so we could see what people were doing. So maybe I'm going to have I don't know. I just want to have a swimmer. I'm just going to have a kid hanging out with some goggles on. So there's her hair, all nice and warm. I give him big old snorkel goggles like my dad wears. There you go, Daddy. You made it into my picture. Okay, I can't even see his eyeballs because they're so big goggles. And we're going to give him one of those snorkels. And to do that, I just draw two little lines next to his head like a rectangle, and I do a circle on top, which is breathing spot. And it would come up to the side, which we can't really see. It'd be another nice little snorkel. But I can keep going from here, guys. So I didn't really get the chance to put in some more playground things. If I wanted to, I could add in a swing set. I could also put in maybe a spinny thing like we talked about a few days ago. There's a lot of things that I could still add in. I could always start a whole nother drawing and I could get, maybe I'll make the tree even smaller or make the house even smaller and higher up, or maybe I'll draw it this way so I have a lot more height to use. So I could make my fort a lot bigger. With my pool, maybe I'll make it an in-ground pool so that way it's going more towards the bottom of my paper and that way I have more space to use. So it's really up to you. But this is an accumulation of all the things that we've done this week. I'm thinking that's what I'm kind of leaning towards next week, is trying to do step by step Monday through Thursday, and then Friday try and put everything all together. So I got a theme for next week. So if you have a good theme, let me know. But this is our epic backyard playground. It's pretty fun. I would have loved to have had this as a kid. It would have taken like 8 neighbors to have all of that because we didn't have backyards. But if you guys have any recommendations or suggestions for this, please let me know. If you know anyone who would like this video, just tag them, or better yet, let me know so I can try and tag them in the beginning. I know we have a lot of little ones out there who need to do, and for the next 20 minutes to an hour, depending on how many times you have to rewatch this video, it's a really nice fun activity. So just let me know, okay? But I hope you guys all get to enjoy the weekend and have an awesome Friday. Normally Fridays when I was a kid was pizza night. Tonight we're actually making curry and seafood pancakes. I cannot pronounce it, but it's actually very tasty. So I'm very excited. So I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome weekend, and I'll see you back on Monday. Okay, bye.